Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale, do you see the road? I'm out to my soul, and tell me the size whenever the smoke clear out of my face and my picture perfect, do I look fine?
Nah, I'ma do my own thing.
Look in my eyes, tell me your tale, do you see the road? I'm out to my soul, and tell me the size whenever the...
Are you ready to be entertained? Let's get into another episode of Doctor Who Classics. This is the War Machines. This is the first part of how many parts are there? I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 4 parts of the, wow, I can count. Thank you guys. There should be 4 parts of this episode. I believe this story, and I believe that you guys said we have all 4 parts of this story. So just a quick update. As you guys see, I'm revamping the channel as I always do around this time as I head into the fall with new shows, new feelings, new everything. So I do know that about Torchwood. Please know I did not forget, but right now I'm focusing as much as humanly possible on Doctor Who and Doctor Who Classics, Doctor Who Christmas specials coming out. I will try my hardest to film another episode of Torchwood. I do have other shows that have dropped, and I have other shows that will be coming out very, very soon, and I hope you guys will be enjoying them. Now, I'm ready to jump right into this. Time is a-ticking. My phone is a-ringing. So, without further ado, let's jump into Doctor Who and find out exactly what the Doctor has got to give. War Machines by Stewart, episode something. What?
Well, I suppose you know where you are, my dear?
London. Home.
When you've seen the ages that I've seen, you won't use that term quite so freely. The TARDIS, I'm afraid, is often mistaken for the real police box.
Scotland Yard, whipped off into time and space.
So that's it.
It's finished.
Isn't that interesting? Very interesting.
Stephen would have liked it here.
You know, there's something alien about that tower. I can sense it. It's got something sort of powerful. Look at my skin. There's sensation again, the same. Just as I had when I thought the TARDIS. I really must investigate it.
Great, sir.
Big car running all right? Good.
Look at this outfit.
Ah, Doctor. I understand from Major Green you're a specialist in computer
I
development.
had a very strong sense of energy outside this building. A sort of magnetic pulse.
My night's work, Doctor.
Most ingenious.
At least 10 years ahead of its time.
Is that so?
What makes it so special?
Grabbing
This
her
is
like
perhaps
that.
not the biggest computer in the world, but it's certainly the most advanced. We are about to link this up with computers all over the world as a central intelligence. Well, perhaps it'll be clearer tonight.
Oh, tonight, sir?
Press conference. I thought your visit.
Oh, yes.
Well, is pretty smart. A cracking typist, right? Also rather a cheeky one at times. Now, Wotan can not only think faster than Polly or myself, it can also type faster.
You have invented a machine that can think
Yes.
and never makes mistakes. What is the square root of 17422?
What's the answer?
Correct. 131.993.
Go ahead,
Now,
Dodo.
let's see, you funny-looking contraption.
Yeah.
What does the word TARDIS mean? Get it right. Time and relative dimensions in space.
Good heavens, let me see.
Wotan knows a lot I don't know. There's something else I can show you, Miss Chapter.
Dodo,
Pardon?
what's the matter, my dear? You all right?
Oh, yes.
That, of course, is the program regimentator.
Yes, but in this case, a slightly different one.
Is it your first time in London? Oh, no. It feels like it, though. I'm so out of touch.
Polly, you're just the person I need. Will you help me? Oh, here we go again. Remember a sailor at the end of the bar? Not especially. Why? He's been here ever since. God, here he comes now. He's no great advertisement for the most with-it place in town, is he? All right, Kitty, leave it to us. Stand by, Dodo. This looks like a rescue mission. The Navy's in trouble. What is it, then? Must be something pretty big not to have noticed me.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Look at that guy.
Is it as bad as that then?
Worse.
Give us the facts. What's your problem?
You wouldn't understand. You think I'm some kind of nut gone off to the West Indies and I've got a shore posting in barracks for 6 months.
Dodo, let's leave him. I can't stand people with no sense of humour. I'll take your arm away.
Oh, come on, darling. I know your type. You'll have a better time in me than with old Shorty there.
Let go of her!
You want to be careful who you encourage.
You conceited little...
Now, Polly, he was only trying to help.
The Royal Scientific Club?
C-Day, that is Computer Day, will be next Monday, July the 16th. Will come under the control of this central computer, which we call Wotan. It's a great step forward for Britain, and indeed, I may say, for the whole world.
The power into the hands of whoever operates Bolton?
No one operates Wotan. Wotan operates itself. It makes calculations. It supplies only the truth. No reason to suppress the truth. It has no emotions. It is ourself.
Suppose it decides it can do without people, what then?
Professor Brett and his team will have the machine well under control. For the absence of Professor Brett, I'm sure he'll be along in a moment.
I have to go now. I am already very late for an important meeting. Good night. Are you sure this building's properly screened? Someone in this part of the building?
Sorry, sir, not at all possible. We have a complete security check.
I've had a feeling all day of someone there. Someone listening to me.
There's only the two of us in this part of the tower. Should we be working late tonight, Professor?
No, good heavens, I must be off. I'm late. It's ridiculous. I must be imagining things. What do you want?
I can't.
How do you do it? Oh, it's just a knack, you know. Anytime you want a little brightness in your lives, come to Paul. What's the matter, Dodo?
No, I've had a sort of headache ever since I left your office. I'm all right, really.
Good. Hey, I feel like another dance.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry I was not able to attend. It was unavoidable.
Well, now that you're here, perhaps you'll talk to the gentleman.
I want to see Professor Crimpton. Now? Immediately, if you don't mind.
Are you all right, Brett?
Quite all right, thank you.
I'm very sorry, gentlemen, and that seems to be it. Thank you very much, Milton. What on earth got into him this evening? His manner was very odd.
Yes, very odd indeed.
Perhaps there is something wrong with Wotan, and he didn't want to let it out. That would explain it, wouldn't it?
I wonder. I wonder.
I understand.
What's going on?
Oh, right. Yes, I'll get her. Hello? Yes, who is it?
So it's gonna hypnotize everybody.
Yes. Yes, I understand.
I must say it's rather odd to break up a meeting like that and drag me off at this time of night. Oh, look here, Brett. I'll stay a couple of minutes. Has the computer broken down?
On the contrary, it's we who have broken down.
Failed?
We've reached a standstill.
You mean impossible?
That is the conclusion reached by Wotan. Wotan has decided the world cannot progress further with mankind running it. We are to serve.
And if we choose not to, mankind will be eliminated.
If it is necessary.
Not completely off your rocker.
You cannot escape.
He's gone mad.
He is not mad, Professor Crimpton.
I refuse to be kept. I refuse.
Just touch that.
It's not possible. I won't work for you, human. There's nothing more important than human life.
I understand.
What do you want?
Where's your friend then? Can't see her anywhere.
Worried about Dodo. I'm supposed to be looking after her. You know, showing her around. Dodo's boss. He looks like that disc jockey.
I find you both here.
Dick, you're Fab Gear.
Fab Gear. Do, my boy. I don't see Dodo about.
I'm afraid she's gone.
She's gone?
She answered the phone about half an hour ago. We haven't seen her since.
There's one special human brain that Wotan needs. It has been arranged.
Someone is coming.
The fourth member.
What are my instructions?
Here.
Time is short. Progress is impossible unless Wotan takes control within the next few days. Who shall live to serve the machines and who shall be eliminated? Crimson, you take that.
London is the first capital to be taken over. Then Washington.
We shall require skilled labor. A labor corps will come into operation immediately.
When we have the people, where are we to construct the machines?
At central points in London. Suspicion must not be aroused.
I shall attend to this immediately.
All computer systems throughout the world must be integrated in Wotan. Priority is to enlist Doctor Who. He has advanced knowledge which Wotan needs.
Really am sorry about your friend not turning up, but I've got to lock up now. I think we ought to go to the police. I'd rather not have him round here if you don't mind.
What in the hospital's for?
Well, she might have had an accident.
Oh, regular little ray of sunshine, isn't you?
Where
have you been then?
Who are you? I've just been round the corner.
But you've been hours.
Am I really that long?
Indeed you were. You didn't tell me about your friends, and how did they know that you might be here? By the way, my child, Sir Charles Summer and his family have asked us to pay a visit, so if you'll excuse us, guys.
Hey, look, wait here, Doctor. I'll go and get you a taxi.
They shouldn't have done that.
Well, that's very helpful of him, I thought.
You know, Doctor, those two have gone off in the wrong direction. The taxis are all down there. We can pick up Holly when we find her.
Oh, very well, my dear.
Doctor!
Oh,
Not so fast. What about my fare?
I was just about to pay.
I haven't got the change, mate.
Then I'll just pop across to the all-night cap and get some.
You're staying right here. We all know him round here.
I think I've got change.
Thank you, miss.
here, come along. Come along, Dodo.
Right, listen, if you meet me at the main reception of the post office tower tomorrow, I'll stand you lunch.
There for the night, mate.
Well, perhaps not quite what you'd call a bed. Going to dosh down in that old warehouse over there.
Okay, good night.
She didn't bring the doctor. Yes, she tried to, but they went off in a taxi.
Why are we following him? They got all these people already.
This is your blueprint. The outer sections are to be constructed at once.
What the hell?
The electronic section must be assembled in this order.
What's been going on around here?
Oh, you shouldn't do that.
The welding of the casing must begin now. This machine must be completed and armed by tomorrow morning, ready to be programmed by Wotan. Close the doors, there is a stranger amongst us. He is a danger to us, he must be destroyed.
Must be destroyed?
Now look, if you're the law, she got nothing on me, I'm clean.
Cover the door, he must not escape.
I won't say nothing, boss. Here, you keep away from me.
Resume work immediately. Construction must be completed by tomorrow morning.
Good gracious.
What is it, Doctor?
Well, just take a look at this, Sir Charles.
Tramp found dead in Covent Garden.
Yes. 3 o'clock. He used his taxi, which he left in Covent Garden.
The police aren't sure if it was a street accident. Well, if you just stop worrying about the indefinable, you might be able to give me a little advice on a very real problem. Letters of resignation from scientists, both of them in my faculty.
There's no reason given at all, is there?
No, and that's a strange thing. Now, these are two of the best men in England. Two such well-known men could vanish so suddenly.
Morning, Sir Charles. Doctor.
Morning.
Sorry I'm late.
Nice hat.
Major Green told me to come straight round here at once, as Professor Brett didn't want me this morning and your secretary was ill.
The office is through there. I'll be there in a moment.
Right, thank you very much. How's Dodo this morning, Doctor?
Hadn't you better start work?
Pardon me for asking.
Oh!
You're right on time. But I'm sorry, Sir Charles, I can't help you with your problem.
Well, surely the person who can tell you all about computers is Professor Brett. We could call round and see him now, and the sign's important.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Yes, very understanding.
Right, I'm ready.
Dodo, back off!
Yes, I want to speak to Professor Brett.
So it's like Daleks they're creating.
Yes.
All right.
Getting back into this job.
This is a method of establishing contact. Time is very short. Construction has already begun. You are needed. You are now one of us. My function was to bring you in contact. Now I shall serve as an assistant. But you took the call. You made the telephone call.
I was speaking to Professor Brett, and it seemed to be an explosion. It very nearly knocked me off my feet. Something enormous and terrific was trying to absorb me. It was just like an electric shock.
Then you received no instruction.
From whom, my dear?
From the...
Oh, Doctor, drink this.
The telephone is dangerously out of order, or what? Stay where you are, my dear. Yes, and it's coming from Professor Brett's office. Come here, my dear. Yes, it's just as I thought. She's been hypnotized. Now I want you to repeat after me. My name is Dodo Chaplin. Resist all attempts to change me into somebody else. And when I've counted up to 5, you will be fast asleep. Now I'm going to start counting. Just look at that ring on my hand. 5. I want absolute peace and quiet for her. Do you understand?
Sure, she's all right.
Oh, yes, she's all right. It's a very fine thing, yes, and take care of her, won't you?
Indeed I will. Polly, where's the girl gone?
Said something about strategic points in London.
Strategic points?
Where, I wonder?
It looks like a Dalek. Oh, that's like a... It looks like a Dalek, but it's pretty big. A Dalek.
Destructive weapons to be fitted and tested.
Or not.
Prepare for demonstration of effectiveness. Stand still. Bearing 52, fatal. Take aim. Fire!
There is no word yet from the person known as Dodo.
Perhaps she has failed in her task. We must be ready to destroy.
How did you know I was here?
Well, I was supposed to meet Polly for lunch, see, but they told me to tell her she'd come here. Where's Dodo?
Oh, she's a little under the weather and she's gone into the country for a few days. That tramp in the paper. Did you see it?
Of course, I thought I recognised
I
him.
want to solicit your help in this matter. Well, I want you to investigate in and around that neighbourhood where we were last night in that club. Be careful, my boy. This might be dangerous.
I'll watch it, Doctor.
Ooh. Careful, my boy.
Destruction in motion test. Stand by. Stand by for test on arm action. Testing. Stand by for sight test. Commence testing. Sight to be improved.
I don't think it's a Dalek. It just looks like one. My goodness. So, that was a pretty good 2 episodes. So, I'm pretty sure at first, when we first revealed what this machine was, I was leaning towards the Daleks because it kind of reminded me of a Dalek, especially its weapon that we saw shoot at whatever that was out and kill somebody. I was like, oh, it's like a big superized Dalek. Now, as I was watching it move around and have that arm thing, I think it's just like its own entity, is what I'm believing. Now, if you're gonna type ferociously down below, I'm sorry. I truly think that's what it comes off as. Currently, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's literally a war machine, and I'm very curious to know why or how this machine actually knows who Doctor Who is, and it's saying Doctor Who is saying, we need the Doctor Who. I just loved it. I was like, yes, you better give me the title of this show. And now we see Dodo was hypnotized. So this thing is extremely powerful, and Dodo's gonna be out for 48 hours. So I'm sure she'll be in the next episode. I'm pretty positive. Regardless, I did like the second episode because a lot more was happening. But the first episode too went pretty quickly. Both of these episodes were about 24 minutes long, so it wasn't that bad at all. I'm very curious to see as we continue on, like, why is this machine so smart? What is this machine? And is my theory that this machine is its own identity, its own thing? Or is it going to transform into the Dalek or something? I'm almost positive it's not a Dalek. So that's why I'm leaning on to its own entity. It just looks super similar to a Dalek, at least to me. So if it's not going to be a Dalek, which I'm sure it's not going to be, I wonder why they made it look pretty similar to one. I wish it kind of looked like something else. But regardless, I'm here for it. By the ending, we saw the Navy guy who was super cute. It looks like he's gonna be killed. And is her name Polly? Polly was everything. I loved Polly's energy she was bringing as soon as we saw her in that outfit with the long legs coming out. I was like, who is this queen? So I was living for that. The story in the first 2 episodes too seemed okay. I was like, is this like where the computers were made? Like, is this how we got a router? And that's where I was like, oh, this is where we're gonna start with the router connection. Ultimate Online. But regardless, I did like it. I liked it. I liked the 2 episodes that we got. I think out of 1 to 10, I would give it a 7. And that's not that bad, guys. I know it might sound bad. I'm kind of curious what it is over on IMDb. So Doctor Who Classics IMDb, I'm curious to see. I'm gonna say a 7.5, and it also could be like a little bit lower than average for me because I'm just extremely tired. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm extremely tired. I've been working all day, and then this story, there wasn't that much happening. It felt, by the way, very different because it felt like we were filming on scene compared to all the other, from my recollection, that obviously was in the studio and they just went around the studio. This one seemed to be more like they were outside filming, living their best lives. Okay, so what a gag. A good job, Andres. I said a 7.5, didn't I? Out of everybody who voted on here, 7.4, 7.2. The next episodes are about 7.2. So, that's crazy because I didn't see the rating, obviously. So for me to say 7.5 and how I was feeling, where it was slower, but I liked the story, but kind of confused where we're going. And I'm almost positive once again, it's not a Dalek. It was giving me Dalek, but it's not going to be a Dalek. And I'm just curious on why they decided to make it look so similar to a Dalek. And once again, why is this thing know about the TARDIS and about Doctor Who, other than it just being a really smart machine? How does it know all of that? You know what I mean? I hope we get answers to that and we don't just leave with a question mark. And this is the last story of season 3. So I'm thinking that it should at least end extremely powerful. But no shade, no tea, it seems like the vast majority of people weren't really a fan of season 3, and because I can tell by the ratings. I'm curious to know how the ratings were for season 3. The last time in this season that the ratings were pretty high was in one of the episodes of the Daleks Master Plan, that saga. One of those episodes was a couple of those episodes were pretty high. Other than that, they all were pretty low. So after this, we'll be wrapping up what we did the first 2. Then we have 2 more, right? And then we're going to see what's going to happen when we get into season 4. Once again, I do know that season 4 has, I think you guys told me season 4, the 10th planet is what we get into, right? I don't think the Smugglers has all of it. The 10th planet is where we start in the last episode of the 10th planet. It is animated. I believe that's what you guys told me. So I'm excited, y'all, and I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. Thank you guys for being here. While you're here, check out all my other reactions, and until next time, I'm off this.
You gotta choose a side. You gotta do what's right.
Look, I ain't got no time to be hanging around. Nobody trying to figure out if they good or evil. I'm fighting the crime, steady your lives. One at a time, I'm killing the rhymes. I do it for the people. I'm Peter Parker running through the 6 with a bag.